The film has an Easter egg with the text, Pixar Animation Studios Production number 5080, The Incredibles Real Lab.
So soon, every superhero has a secret identity. I don't know.
Of course I have a secret identity.
The very beginning of the cartoon is unusual. There are no loud sounds, no musical intro, just a quiet interview with the heroes. The Incredibles is filmed in principle like a classic movie, which we will talk about more than once.
Settle down, are you kidding? I'm at the top of my game.
A simple life, you know, relax a little and raise a family.
The words of Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl are opposite to their future positions. Mr. Incredible wants to settle down, but in the end, such a life will wear him down. Elastigirl doesn't want to settle down, but in the future, on the contrary, she will do everything to maintain a simple family life, avoiding heroism.
Deadly high-speed pursuit between police and armed
Yeah, I've got time.
The Incredibles combines a lot of genres. We will jump from spy, detective to superhero, teen drama, just drama, melodrama, gachimuchi, science fiction, war, sports, and so on.
Pablo Avenue.
The soundtrack turned out to be incredible. You already understand everything. No explanation is needed.
Mr. Incredible or Mr. Squeaker won't come down.
Thank you, Mr. Incredible.
The Old Lady and the Cat in the Tree, a classic example of helping others. Even despite the rush and the robbers, Mr. Incredible helped the Old Lady. A simple and clear way to describe a character's personality.
Cool, ready for takeoff.
What the?
Buddy!
My name is Incredible. I am your #1 fan.
I am your biggest fan.
They showed the main villain. In short, we create our own demons.
You can tell a lot about a woman by the contents of her purse, but...
Hey, look.
Elastigirl.
Every detail matters. The screenwriters could have added any robber. Maybe he would be breaking down a door. Maybe he would steal gold from a bank. But he stole specifically a woman's purse. This shows Mr. Incredible as a gentleman and Elastigirl as an avenger.
My job, you mean?
A simple thank you will suffice. Could share, you know.
I work alone. You doing anything later?
I have a previous engagement.
Elastigirl rode off into the sunset, and the next feat will become the sunset of Mr. Incredible's career and consequently of other superheroes. Warm tones were replaced by dark ones. This is an important detail because colors play an important role.
And Incrediboy! I have these rocket boots.
Go
They're
home,
made-
buddy.
I'll show you. I'll go get the police.
Buddy, go!
The appearance of Incrediboy has a lot of exposition and foreshadowing. The rocket boots describe Buddy's genius engineering abilities. That's his main strength. These same boots will be on his costume in the future. Buddy almost died because of his naive character, and he will become the cause of the fiasco in the final battle. And the cape, which almost killed him, will become the cause of his demise at the end of the cartoon.
And he got away?
Well, yeah. Listen, I've got to be some...
What about Bon Voyage?
The police demonstrate the people's attitude towards supers. First, with warm colors, they praise Mr. Incredible for his feat. Now the situation is controversial, and with dark, cold lighting, they are dissatisfied with his exploits.
Hey, is the night still young?
A small detail hinting at Mr. Incredible's main adventure. Here in the church begins his most important mission as a hero. Family. The stained glass windows depict the Incredibles logo. It's not his old blue logo, but specifically the new red and yellow one. Only by the finale will Bob understand all this.
You are my greatest adventure.
You have this woman to be your lawful wedded wife.
You're kind of close, don't you think?
You need to be more flexible.
Perfect pacing. So this is where Mr. Incredible has been rushing all this time to his own wedding with Elastigirl. The pace is fast and clear because after the dialogue on the roof, we wanted these heroes to be together, and it turns out they are already in a relationship. It's just their superhero alter egos really worked and deceived us, hiding their personal life.
Daily pay.
Hey, I saved your life!
You didn't save my life, you ruined my death.
And open the floodgates for dozens of superhero lawsuits the world over. Where are they now? They are living among us, average citizens.
The Incredibles was ahead of its time, making an atypical superhero plot. It had been in comics for a long time, but in movies, it wasn't coming anytime soon.
And if you can't help me, I don't know what I'll do.
All right, listen closely. I'd like to help you. I also do not advise you to fill out and file a WS-2475 form with our legal. I'd like to help. But there's nothing I can do.
And again, the situation with the poor old lady. Mr. Incredible still helps people wherever he is. However, let's not forget that the desire to help also ruined his superhero career. What happens next? The boss complains that Bob helps everyone, and as a result, this career will also collapse. Also, pay attention to the colors. Everything is dull and gray, whereas during Heroics, it was warm.
I know it's you. He puts thumbtacks on my stool. See?
On the camera, you can really see Dash quickly run to put the thumbtacks.
He moves right there. Coincidence? I think not. You're letting him go again? Hit a camera. Yeah, and this time I've got him.
Bernie, you and your son can go now, Mrs. Park.
You're letting him go again?
Do you know why the principal let them go? When the teacher mentioned the camera, the reaction of the mom and Dash was obvious, but the next shots showed the principal's face in close-up. Why? In theory, he should have reacted with a face like, so the brat is guilty, huh? But he, on the contrary, became concerned. This is just my theory, but I think the principal is also a former super in retirement. As evidence, this guy at Bob and Helen's wedding, the shape of the skull, nose, and hairstyle are identical to the principal's. I'm not counting this as a win, it's just food for thought.
Why can't I do the best that I can do? Powers made us special.
And when everyone's super,
Everyone's special, Dash.
No one will be.
Which is another way of saying no one is.
An interesting parallel. Dash and Elastigirl came to the same conclusion as Syndrome. Violet's body becomes invisible, which is both logical and an interesting detail, so that her abilities aren't too overpowered. In future events, the realism of her invisibility will be played with more than once.
Do you have to read at the table?
Gotta pay to fix a
The
tape.
car. What happened to the car? Have something you want to tell your father about school? Dash got sent to the office again.
What? What for?
So, how about you, Vi? How's school?
Nothing to report. I'm not hungry for meatloaf.
Well,
A key feature of The Incredibles is that it's a family cartoon. Even despite the superheroics, spy, and detective elements, The Incredibles remains a family cartoon. What does that mean? The cartoon is interesting to everyone for different reasons. Dash's mischievousness, Violet's difficult teenage period, and Helen and Bob's relationship are portrayed in all their colors. Helen suspecting her husband of cheating, and Bob losing interest due to routine. Every viewer sees the characters differently, and that's what makes the cartoon interesting for all ages.
Latino, longtime advocate of superhero rights, is missing. Gazer Beam.
Remember Gazer Beam?
Yeah, there was something about him in the paper.
I don't see anyone from the old days, Bob.
Hints at Syndrome's deeds. Another super has disappeared, and Frozone doesn't communicate with other supers, which is why he couldn't know about the other disappearances. Bob and Lucius reminisced about the old days near references to Andy from Toy Story and Luxo, the lamp from the Pixar intro.
Fire. We're close. Yeah, baby!
The screenwriters chose a fire to again saturate Bob's life with color. In this fire, in warm colors, Bob feels like Mr. Incredible again.
Bad guy!
Freeze! Freeze! Just getting a drink. Freeze.
This scene amazed me as a child. Sharp suspense and a beautifully frozen bullet. It repeats a similar scene from the film Die Hard with a Vengeance.
I have to answer that phone.
Just shut up and get him in the air!
I'm here.
Come here, you little bitch!
you two going?
It's Wednesday.
Bowling night. Say. I thought you'd be back by 11. Is this rubble? Well, I feel about that, Bob. Darn you, we
Behind the superhero facade, family conflicts are hidden. Every aspect is an allegory for specific problems. The husband went out with a friend, an allegory for drinking. They went to play pool and ended up at a bar, and the husband came home drunk, which the wife is unhappy about. This argument is very familiar to adult couples, but just wrapped in a superhero shell. There will be many more such examples.
I'm not happy, Bob. Customers make me unhappy.
The boss's office is filmed very evenly and strictly. The pencils are in a row, the camera films the office straight on, the clocks are ticking uniformly, everything is even and boring. But as soon as Bob sees the robber, Mr. Incredible awakens in him, and now the camera is dynamic, the music is active.
Or you're fired!
Even the boss himself is filmed from an angle as if he's a super villain. For Bob, he really is pure evil right now.
Amazing, I guess.
Me too, kid.
Experimental technology, and we have need of your unique.
A small detail. Well, this is the most relatable thing. When you urgently need to write something down, all the pens in the house stop writing.
Salary. Call the number on the card. Voice.
The events of the cartoon take place in the 60s. In those days, it was still acceptable to write the $sign with 2 strokes. It seemed more substantial and richer than with 1 stroke.
Please pay attention as this message. Think about it.
The colors again play magnificently. In Bob's office, the light was white, neutral, but after the job invitation, the light became obviously warm. You could say it's just color grading, but if you stretch it a bit, it's a biologically accurate color shift. After a blue screen, a normal neutral color will seem warmer. Bob really started to see the world in warmer colors.
Oh, my back!
The gun that will determine the outcome of the final battle. The robot's armor can only be pierced by its own tentacles.
Am I overdressed?
Actually, you
look rather dashing.
He's attracted to power.
So am I.
Seems a bit unstable.
How does it compare?
Everything's delicious.
Allegory for infidelity. I didn't make this up myself. Helen herself will directly suspect Bob of it.
Who was that, honey? The, office? You lousy, lying, unfaithful creep!
The husband is tired of the routine, and after the invitation, he leaves, supposedly on a business trip where he has fun and flirts with a younger woman. I'll explain later why the emphasis on these allegories is important.
Why live?
With a volcano, prefer to think of it as misunderstood.
I saved your life! You didn't save my life, you ruined my death! That's what...
Aren't we all?
Volcanic soil is among the most fertile on Earth. Everything at the table was grown right here.
Excellent dialogues. Talking about the power of a volcano, they describe the misunderstanding and potential power of the supers. These fruits and the wine from grapes are an example of potential. That is, they were just lying here, the characters ate them, and in the end, just ordinary fruits became confirmation of Mr. Incredible's convictions.
Reliving the glory days is better than acting like they didn't happen.
Yeah. After all, he also wants the supers to return to the world and bring the same benefit to the world. Wait, is this for real? Is this reality?
Is this reality?
This music is really from The Incredibles? I thought it was just a joke. Bob's life is again filled with warm colors. He leaves in a blue wreck and arrives at sunset and even bought a red car.
Who are you? What do you want?
Supermodels. Nothing super about them. Used to design for gods.
We've seen different views on supers: heroes, villains, vigilantes, egoists, misunderstood, and so on. But Edna's view is completely different. She sees them as gods. Edna is a very interesting and colorful character, one of the most memorable in the franchise. Her home has images of Greek gods, statues of supers. Such a free and easy view greatly changes our perception of the picture. She doesn't care at all that a god has come to her with a request. She talks to him like a friend. The interior is also free and light. Clear sky, the sound of water from a fountain.
Little stick figures with poofy lips.
The echo wasn't added for no reason either. I really feel like I'm in a pantheon of gods, and I'm no longer afraid of them.
Cape in the boots.
No capes. When his cape snagged on a missile, the cape caught in a jet turbine. Bus elevator, dash down, sucked into a vortex. No capes.
Foreshadowing of Syndrome's death.
Edna. Only one person Bob would trust to patch a super suit, and that's you, Eve.
Yes. Marvelous.
Bob suit! I'm calling about Bob suit!
Finished. When are you coming to see?
Look,
Helen was deceived by Bob. In this conversation with Edna, Helen learns about the lie, and the deception was demonstrated using the fireplace. Or rather, there was no fireplace, it's actually water. Fish with an orange lamp. That is, our jaws also dropped in surprise in those seconds, just like Helen's. Syndrome's logo on the table before his appearance.
I am your biggest fan.
Buddy?
And what did you say to me? But I learned an important lesson. You can't...
Gazer beam. Gazer beam. Chronos?
Light reading negative. Mr. Incredible terminated.
Amazing how they squeezed the maximum out of every detail. Gazer Beam, one of the supers killed by Syndrome, helped Mr. Incredible find the password to the database, added detective notes to the plot, and plausibly tricked Syndrome into thinking Mr. Incredible died.
Your sword can stretch as far as you can without injuring yourself.
And still retain its shape.
Skin. And can also withstand a temperature of over 1,000. Completely bulletproof. Virtually indestructible. Darling, luck favors the prepared.
This scene reminds me of Jerry's foresight from Totally Spies. Every episode he would give out gadgets in advance that perfectly suited unpredictable situations. Edna also predicted Jack's firepower and the explosion resistance of Elastigirl's suit. A strange preparation, but okay.
Let this happen, you know.
You are Elastigirl! Pull yourself together! You do? Is this a question? You will show him.
Edna asks the question. You are still asking what to do? And for a second they show a wide shot of the kitchen. Why do we need this shot of the kitchen? Why do we need this table? It's simple. There are 3 empty seats with black and red chairs, as if someone is missing. 3 more people in red and black clothing. And that's the answer to the question, what to do.
Hey, what's that? Where'd you get that, Mom? Oh. Ha!
Dash, you come.
This is yours. It's specially made.
What's going on?
The children's whims and the family scandal were used to give the children the costumes which they were never supposed to get. I wonder if they will plausibly get to the events on the island.
India Golf 909er transmitting in the blind guard. Disengage.
India Golf 909er, a reference from director Brad Bird. He also worked on the cartoon The Iron Giant. India Golf 909er decodes as IG-99, Iron Giant from 1999.
Aboard! There are children aboard! Say again, there are children aboard this...
No! Mirage's reaction wasn't shown for no reason. There is humanity in her, which will play a role during the bluff and in freeing Mr. Incredible.
Aboard! Aboard! Aboard!
A mind-blowing scene. Very bold editing for 2004, especially for a cartoon of those years. Usually such tense scenes were filmed more calmly, but The Incredibles was ahead of its time. Pixar was also ahead of its time in animation progress. Animating Elastigirl's model was probably the most difficult thing for the studio.
We're not gonna panic, we're not gonna... Look out!
Elastigirl noticed the falling debris in the water's reflection. Details, sir.
I'll crush her.
Now, go ahead.
It'll be easy.
Show me.
An excellent scene. It describes everything and reveals the characters even more. Mirage sacrificed herself for Syndrome, but he doesn't care about her. And Syndrome knows his idol better than anyone in the world and understood it was a bluff. A concrete reason for Mirage to betray Syndrome.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Mom.
The family and superhero genres in perfect tandem led to an impossible outcome. The mother forbade using superpowers, but now, on the contrary, she praises Dash for his super speed, and it all culminates not in saving the universe, but simply in "I'm proud of you" from Mom.
Remember the bad guys on those shows you used to watch? Well, these guys are not like those guys. They will kill you.
This is a damn important dialogue because in a family/kids cartoon, they say such realistic things. This isn't a cartoon, they are terrorists and will kill you, no matter what. The vibe of The Incredibles keeps even the poor kids in suspense.
You need to be more flexible.
This is what Helen meant by "you lack flexibility," a clear difference in how Bob and Helen infiltrate the enemy base. The man just went in openly and kicked everyone's ass, and Helen stealthily sneaked into the base in stealth mode. The animators didn't slack off at all and thought through every action. Helen had to swing from side to side because of the beams under the LRT. With the swing, she climbed onto the car. And to get down from it silently and safely, Helen stretched out like a parachute and calmly climbed down. All of this could have been left off screen and just ignored, but Pixar thought of everything and animated it. Rockets really need flame trenches to divert combusted fuel and gases. After all, the rocket isn't launched in an open field, but in enclosed conditions. If the diversion channels aren't made, the rocket's body will simply be destroyed. And here they cleverly hid the A113 Easter egg, level A1 and block number 13.
There isn't much time.
No, there isn't. They're alive?
Who was that, honey? I love you so much.
You must be Mrs. Incredible.
Go, you lousy, lying, unfaithful creep!
Cool, so this is what was discussed. Allegory for relationship crisis, infidelity, etc. It really works, because when Helen finds female hairs on her husband's suit, cries upon learning of the deception, the female audience really worries for her. Even though the husband didn't cheat, he did lie, and Helen's worries are 100% real. She can't suspect anything else, the fear itself is real and it's alive, genuine.
It's fine, they're just all getting coffee.
Dash's punishment for mischief, Violet's anxiety about a boy, Bob's midlife crisis, it's all real. The viewers feel it, and most importantly, all these conflicts are wrapped in a superhero shell. The composer switched from active music to a quiet xylophone, as if it's Dash's feet running on the water. We really understood what happened thanks to the music. Mind-blowing, he's a genius at life. The fight scenes in The Incredibles are generally gorgeous. Pixar didn't just dump everything on superhero convention, and each time they cleverly use superpowers. Speedsters really can run on water, we saw that earlier. Elastigirl can be a parachute, a boat, a slingshot, and so on.
Hide from me. There you.
Violet's invisibility was also shown realistically. The genius threw mud into the water, because invisible people still leave traces and make noise. The whole cartoon, the brother was hating on his sister, but when it came to danger, Dash protected her. Violet responded in kind. Taking responsibility for her brother, she finally learned to controllably create force fields.
Worried about
Never see you again.
Finally, the plot smoothly came to this point. We saw the whole team in their costumes, which were on all the posters and trailers. A family with superpowers fights evil. What is this? It turns out they are something like the
Syndrome will save the day! Huh? Huh? Oh, come... Huh? Huh? Oh, come on! You gotta admit this is cool! Oh, I'm real. Real enough to defeat you! Sell my invention so that everyone can be superhero. And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Syndrome will really destroy the very concept of superhero by making everyone superheroes. This is some kind of genius crap. Genius because it's simple.
This is my fault. Mind. with what I have. So obsessed with being undervalued that you are my greatest adventure, and I almost missed it.
The main character's journey is complete. I didn't appreciate what I had from Shrek.
Are we there yet?
Get there when we get there. Exit to it.
Traction Avenue.
That'll take me downtown. I take 7.
Tell me how to get there, and I told you. Exit at Traction.
Don't exit at Traction.
You're gonna miss it!
A typical family trip. The parents argue about the fastest way to get there, and the kids constantly ask, "Are we there yet?" However, they are flying in a fighter jet, and the destination is a killer robot.
I can't lose you again.
I can't. I'm nuts. The only thing hard enough to penetrate it is itself.
The final battle is full of cool details. Mr. Incredible destroyed the offices he hated so much. Cameo of Albert Lozano, one of the lead artists and character designers. Skillful suspense that tricked the viewers. Invisible Violet picked up the remote unexpectedly for us. Behind Mr. Incredible is a car from Cars, specifically Doc Hudson, Chekhov's gun with the robot's armor fires, and from Family Details, father and son are playing catch even though it's a battle with a killer robot. The husband yells at his wife to press the right button on his confusing remote while he's fixing something.
Press that button again. No, the other one, the first one!
In the end, the robot destroys itself with its own weapon, just like Syndrome does, the creator of the robot.
Yeah, no school like the old school.
Cameo of Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston, animation legends who worked on the iconic cartoons of the last century.
Replacement? I didn't call a replacement.
Syndrome really is the devil. Even his design hints at it, namely his ears with pointed tips. Wow, Jack Jack really does have abilities. There's a theory that Jack Jack has the powers of all the dead supers, but that's just a theory.
Knock it!
Syndrome's costume was clearly not made by Edna. After all, she wouldn't have added a cape to his design.
That was totally wicked!
By the end of the film, Bob is with his family and in warm colors. He managed to find balance in life.
Run! Come on! Yeah, pull it back! Make it close!
Second play!
Behold the Underminer! And happiness before me!
What's that smell?
A new hero rises.
Name's Gassy, and
It's time.
Wow, and now it's too bright. Can totally handle anything this baby can dish out. Mrs. Parr? Mrs. Parr?
The short film fits perfectly into the events of the first part. It doesn't continue, but simply complements the plot and explains the unexpected ending.
I have a question about Jack Jack. Mrs. Parr, it's me! Jack Jack is fine! Weird things are happening.
The phone calls we heard at the end of the main cartoon. These calls are also an important part of the plot, because thanks to them, the family realized that Syndrome had infiltrated their home. The short film also talks about the difficulties of family life, because babysitting a small child feels the same as with Jack Jack and his abilities. The house is upside down, and it's even deadly dangerous.
Yes?
is this the Parr's residence?
I'll pay you for your trouble, but I'd really rather call a service.
My replacement! Thank heaven you've come!
So that's how it is. It turns out Helen's words about a special babysitter were a setup for the ending, so we would believe why Carrie gave Jack Jack to a stranger.
Babysitter, but then I would have been going around wearing a big BS.
Sit down, Bob.